Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I've got a brand new 18 by 20, I forgot the size, 18 by 24 inch chalkboard that I'm gonna do a design on. It's 15 by 21 on the inside. I took black chalk pastel and seasoned the board, just up and down and back and forth. You don't have to do it super heavy. And I hope it works. I actually don't know if it will. It probably depends on the chalkboard. I'm not a chalkboard expert. And then I just took an old dry, this is actually a baby wipe that's dry, and I wiped some of it off. Just because I don't need it all on there. And I'm hoping, oh, see, more is coming off. So I'm hoping that that'll help with ghosting. It'll make it easier for me to clean it off when I'm done and want to change it. We'll find out. I don't know. I cut a box down that I got from Amazon to help as a catch, to catch the chalk dust. I may want to cut it, let's see, can you see that? I may want to cut it a little shorter. I think it might get in the way. I have foil, it's heavy duty foil, down inside of this box so that hopefully when I take this out and I'm done, I can just grab the foil up carefully and throw the chalk dust out. My very first chalk wall thing I did in my old house, it was a 5 foot by 7 foot painted chalk wall. I used the vacuum cleaner to suck up all the chalk, which worked great, except for my vacuum cleaner just was like red and had all this dust on the inside, and it was such a mess. What else? Oh, I also wired the back of it. It came, oh, I don't know if I wired the back of it. This is a little wide for my easel, so I don't want to lift it up right now. But it came with where you could anchor it in with screws. But I want to use a wire hanger, so I wired the back of it. And then in Photoshop, I wanted help with the fonts and the handwriting. I mean, I could do my own handwriting, but I wanted to do something a little different. And I also want to see if this works. So I did this in Photoshop. It's a little smaller. It's about a 1/2 inch smaller than my area, so I can tape it on there. And so this is a font, and this is a font. And then I just drew with my mouse in Photoshop pumpkins. That's a really big gourd, but I don't know if it would be that big, but I like it. Just to help me with placement. So I'm going to scribble on the, you can see I printed it out on, I used Adobe Acrobat. I have a link on my Traceables landing page to a gal that shows you how to do this if you don't know how to do it. But I just printed out 8.5 by 11 sheets, cut them, taped them together on this side. And then I'm going to use, I was going to use white chalk on the back, but I won't be able to see it. I might use like light blue or something. And it's a traceable like I do for my paintings. Okay, there's a lot of setup because this is all new. So I gave favorite daughter Emily all my street chalk because I also used to do chalk on my old house's driveway. And the neighbor kids loved it. It was a lot of fun. So I gave her a lot of my chalk pastels, but I have this from Mungyo. It's really inexpensive on Amazon. They don't sponsor this. I have 64 colors. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. So I know these will work. Of course, I can't get it out. I'm pretty sure they're Japanese. If somebody knows, let me know. So that's what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? I've been using these to do some little chalk pastel drawings in my sketchbook. So I'm excited to do something bigger. Not as big as my 5 foot by 7 foot wall, but I think it's gonna be really fun. And then I have these. These aren't cheap. They're really nice. I don't know if they'll work. Here, let's see if I can, I've got a window just right over there. So I kind of tilt it so there's not so much glare. I really like these for my sketchbook, but they should work on here. I mean, they're pastels. Okay, and then I also have some black vine charcoal and some really cheap white, just some white chalk sticks that came with the board. Okay, I'm going to I'm going to scribble on the back of my traceable, and then I'm going to trace it on a flat table because I think it'll be easier, and then I'll be back. Hey friends, I learned a lot. Where do I want to start? Doing a traceable like I would for a painting worked great. I really like that because a lot of times I'll spell things wrong. I'll space them kind of funny. So that was really nice. These pencils, the Derwent chalk pastels, worked really well, except like this is a light blue. So around that, these big letters is this color, but it just doesn't come off very bright on the chalk, on this chalkboard. So I really wouldn't use most of these colors. I used the white quite a bit. The white was great for doing the Annie's Acres. I used the white to fill in the letters, but I still would like it lighter. Although the white looks really good here with those letters. What else? Oh, so this worked really well, other than it's a little too wide for my easel, but I just bought a crank easel because I have a hard time moving this one up and down. And I think it might be a little wider, so this might work really well with that easel. So I think this has worked well. The traceable works well. I'm not sure if I needed to season it with the black chalk pastel. We'll find out when I clean it off. When I wanted this to blend, so when I used to do chalk outside on my driveway or on that big 5 foot by 7 inch or 5 foot by 7 foot wall, it was rougher. So I did work harder. I used a lot more chalk, but it could take layers and I could build up the color. This is like, so I started to blend it with my finger and I pretty much wiped off but a ghosted image of the pumpkins. So then I came back and I have more linear, almost chalkboard marker look to these, which I think looks great. I really like how it turns out. I think it looks really good. I wouldn't mind this to be brighter. But really, I just need to learn. So I also need to see what happens when I wash this off, if I'm going to have a huge ghosting image. And I also need to Google, I think I might want to get some chalkboard markers, or liquid chalk maybe is what it's called. You guys might know. You can leave it in the comments. And see if I can combine the two. That way I can get more punch. I expected it to blend. The thing that bugs me the most is that it didn't blend, and a lot of the chalk just comes off. Like I try to add a layer and it just knocks all the chalk off. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm really pleased that the traceable works so well. Oh, and then you can see, so baby wipes were good. I have inexpensive baby wipes for my fingers. I don't know if you can see it. It'll look darker because it's wet. But it's also nice to clean it up. The other thing I used to clean it up a little bit was a kneaded eraser. You could probably just use a pencil eraser. But it does leave, I don't know if you can see it, but it does leave some darker areas. Here, I'll put one there, and then when I'll do a closer tour so you can see it. So I could just put in, I think I'll just leave it. Overall, I mean, it worked you never know when you try something new. It worked really well. Oh, the chalk that came with it, it's too hard. So the soft chalk won't layer because there's nothing for it to hang on to. It's really smooth. This is much smoother than anything I've ever chalked on. Or like when I use my, when I chalk in my, I want to call it a notebook. You know what I mean? The paper will take a little bit more, will take more layers. But this is so hard too, it wouldn't even make a mark. Well, it would. Here. No, it's erasing it. It was too hard. So I think, for now, I think the soft chalk pastels work better. Was there anything else? Oh, if you need to clean, because like I was trying to layer and they would get dirty. Let's see. This one's pretty dirty. Just wipe it off on a paper towel. Just, rub it on a paper towel. It'll get clean. Okay, let's do a tour. I'm cleaning off my hands with the baby wipe. I used my longest apron, but I did get a little chalk on my pants, but it just brushed right off, and then it'll wipe right off. I'm not worried about it staining my pants. Although I bet some of these colors will stain. I'm also thinking that this is gonna want to tip forward. So I'm just gonna set this on the floor. Okay. Let's see how close I can get it. Well, here, we'll just start over here. It'll be easier. So yeah, I really couldn't get much. I could get the white lines, but I couldn't get much color on the actual pumpkin there. But it looks neat. It looks arty. I like the bee. I think some of it's just for me getting used to the surface. Like any new medium or new surface that you draw or paint on, it takes a little bit to get used to it. That could be the biggest thing, really. And learn how to work with it. But it has very much a chalk marker, if that's what you call it, look. The ruler was great for getting a straight line. But see, I tried to layer like the O in your own. I was trying to get a bright yellow. I really didn't. It makes it look like I have great handwriting. That was really, I really enjoyed tracing the fonts. So how long did this take me? I don't know if I've done all the pumpkins. I think I did. Here, I'll lean backwards in my chair. It took me, I don't know how long it took me to set it up in Photoshop. And I drew it with my mouse. I just drew it on my computer in Photoshop. And then, of course, just typed out the letters. That probably took half hour. Oh, I had a little Post-it with a scribble on it of what I wanted to do. So I started with that. So we'll say a half hour to an hour tops. And then I had been working on this about an hour and a half, and I took a break. I hadn't done the bottom line yet. But that didn't take me that long, because I want to clean it up, but that's pretty dangerous. I might not. That didn't take me very long. So I'm thinking 2 to 3 hours total time. Okay, guys, let me know if you do this, if you give this a try. I think it's really fun. I just I just have stuff to learn. Any tips you can share, that would be fantastic. I'm gonna go put this downstairs either on I have a black easel for just displaying paintings, so I don't have all my paintings on the walls. Or I might hang it, I have a really small kitchen table, it only seats 4 barely. I might put it on the wall over my kitchen table. Okay, I think I'll start to say goodbye. Thanks for hanging out with me. This was really fun to try. Even though there were things I didn't like or I didn't anticipate how smooth this is still a lot of fun. And there's Freckles yelling. I so enjoy hanging out with you. I super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.